Hi friends, it's Grace and welcome back to another video. Today I'm just going to be quickly going through my November reading plans because there are only 4 books on this TBR, and basically I have kept it only to the books that I know for sure I want to read, and the rest of the month I will let whatever happens happen. And the reason that I'm doing that is because these 4 books that I do have planned are all quite lengthy. So I just don't want to commit myself to anything else, and I truly am just gonna see like how much time is actually left in the month after I'm finished with these. So these are all kind of associated with other people in one way or another, and so I'm definitely, anybody that I mention, I am gonna have their channels linked down in the description below, and I will try and mention that with the appropriate book as well, but I just want to say that in case I forget to say it for any of them. But we are going to start off with my Reading Booktuber's favorite books pick for November. So the second last, the penultimate book for this series of videos is going to be Empire of Silence by Christopher Ruocchio, and this was the recommendation from Alex from the channel Tall Guy Reads. And Alex, I love listening to him talk about fantasy, and I definitely trust his recommendations, but at the same time, Alex is really kind of just giving me the kick that I need to eventually start this series, because I've been hearing about this series from multiple people on YouTube for a few years now, and just pretty much all praise. Like, people really love these books, and so I am admittedly quite excited to finally start the first book in this series and see what all the hype is about, because all I pretty much know about this is that this is a sci fantasy series, and it's a combination that I haven't read too much of really in that sci fantasy genre, but I am very much intrigued, and I think that this is probably one of the best ways to get into it, aside from maybe like Red Rising, because it's so well loved, and with all the like praise that it gets, I'm pretty confident that I'm going to enjoy this. And so, as with every month so far, if you're not familiar with that video series and you're new to the channel, I asked at the end of last year, so it's been a while, I asked 12 booktubers to give me a recommendation of one of their favorite books, and every month I have been picking one out of the jar. And so since we're near the end of the year, there were only a few books left in there anyway, but every month I will vlog my experience reading the book, and then I will post a vlog. And so far everyone has sent me a clip explaining why they recommended the book that they did, and so I'm really happy to include that in my video too, so that we can recognize like the things that they love about it and see if we agree or disagree. But I sincerely hope that I agree and that this is also a book that I love. Okay, the next book up is the thickest book in this stack, and this is something that actually is not an obligatory read for me, but it is just a little bit of planning ahead on my part, because it is The Wall of Storms by Ken Liu, the absolute pinnacle, well, I don't know about pinnacle of the series, but just from what I hear from everyone, the fact that I enjoyed Grace of Kings means that I'm going to adore Wall of Storms, and I so hope that they are right, and I have a feeling that they are right. But basically, I want to read this month in November, and that is because I read The Grace of Kings in September, I think. And maybe it was even August. I don't know. I'm not really remembering the timeline properly. But the point is, with me and Ben trying to eventually figure out how we're going to combine our book collections, we are trying to be strategic. So what we did was we bought this while I was in the UK visiting Ben, and then we are going to try to have him bring me the 3rd and the 4th books the next time that he visits. So I'm trying to just space them out properly so that I'm not waiting too long between any installments, but then I'm also not reading this too quickly so that I'm gonna have to wait a long time to get the 3rd and the 4th books, if you get the idea. So November feels like the perfect middle month to get this done in, and if it flows into December, that would be fine too. This is really like a floater. It doesn't have to be done on any particular timeline, but I just want to I guess like continue my momentum with the series, you could say. So I am extremely excited about this, but I know I won't be getting to it until the second half of November, and that is because of the next two books that I'm going to talk about. So the next book is something that I have already started, and actually, in fact, am probably like 40% of the way through, and that is Fool's Quest by Robin Hobb. And so I'm filming this a few days into the month of November, or like 6 days, I guess. And this is the buddy read of The Realm of the Elderlings that we have been doing for like at least more than 6, at least 8 or 9 books now, where me, Ben, other Ben, Angela, and Stephanie all have a Voxer chat together, and we will discuss our reading experience with these. And like, I couldn't think of a better series than Realm of the Elderlings to have such like rich opportunity for discussion. But that is essentially to say that we generally will start these on the 1st of the month, and so that of course is what we did, which is why I am already like quite a ways into it, and you can see how much I have tabbed of this book already. I'm so glad that I decided to tab this final trilogy, because there is so much that I want to like, so much of her writing I want to just crawl inside of it and experience it forever. So yeah, this is still in my reading plans, even though I've already started it, and I can't wait to finish it because it is just like this final series so far has just been a masterpiece. Then the final book on my November reading plans is Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch, the sequel in The Gentleman Bastards to The Lies of Locke Lamora, which we reread in September into October, I believe. See, my timelines are getting so completely messed up that I can't even remember, but we did a recorded discussion about The Lies of Locke Lamora. So the people that were involved in that were Bryce, Ben, and then Murphy Napier. She was kind enough to have us on her review channel to talk about that book, and we also plan to have a discussion about Red Seas as well. And I can't even like emphasize how much fun I had rereading The Lies of Locke Lamora and then discussing it like that. And on my first read, I loved Red Seas Under Red Skies just as much as Lies of Locke Lamora. I know that not everybody feels that way, but I'm definitely in the camp who believes that this is of at least equal quality, and I may even love it more. We will see on this second read how I'm feeling about that, but I am just a little bit of the way into this right now, not nearly as far as Fool's Quest, but it's already great. And so these two, Fool's Quest and Red Seas Under Red Skies, are going to take up the bulk of my reading for the first half of the month. And then, of course, like the other 2 books that I plan to read, Empire of Silence and The Wall of Storms, they are both chunky as well. So you can see why, out of 4 books, I'm just kind of like reining it in, because those 4 books could take me, like, they are quite the task just all by themselves. However, they are, all 4 of them, like, phenomenal books. I mean, I can confidently say that about 2 of them, and then the 2 that I haven't read yet, I'm pretty confident still that they're going to be awesome. So I'm not upset about it. If these 4 books are the only 4 books that I do finish in the month of November, I'm not going to be mad about it, but those are my plans, and we'll see what happens in my November wrap up. We will see if I have time for anything else, but this is what it is right now. So those are all the books I have to talk about. That is it for this video. Let me know what you think, if you've read any of these, and what you think like I'll think about them, or if you want to talk to me about, like, for example, Red Seas Under Red Skies that I've already read at this point. Your comments are always welcome. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. As always, I will have my Discord with Ben, my socials, and everything linked in the description if you're interested, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!